Hi, my name is David Chapman, and I would like to talk with you for a few moments about how this course helped me to not only learn more about human dynamics, but to also gain a better understanding of my role within the educational organization that I serve as an agricultural educator. Throughout the course, I learned that human dynamics is so much more than just the interactions that take place, but the perceptions and the culture that will either inhibit or sustain organizational growth and development over time. And it's important that as leaders, we are consistently striving to develop and promote that culture of change that will be able to foster growth and development over time. The course I thought was broken down very well into four main modules that began with an understanding of self. As we progressed through that module, I really gained a broader perspective of how we must first begin with the understanding of ourselves if we are to ever understand the interactions that take place within our organization. I never really thought about that before, and about how we first must understand our perceptions before we can understand the different perceptions and experiences that take place within each social system contained within the organization. And as I progress into the future, I would always attempt to build in some time to make sure that I understand my own perceptions and how that may affect the organizational culture, thus leading to hopefully growth and development over time. The second module gave us a means of analysis using Bowman and Dill's four frames of organizational analysis. And this really provided me with a greater perspective of how, in order for us to develop this culture of growth and development, in order for us to understand the interactions that take place within each social system and how that all takes place, we have to have some means of analysis, some means of actually figuring out, okay, how is this culture defined? What politics, what structures are underlying or are serving as the foundation for the development of this organization and the resulting culture. And before we can ever have any grasp or understanding of how that culture is shaped, obviously we must first understand and perform this means of analysis to determine each aspect of the organization. And once we understand that which shapes the culture, then we can have a better understanding of our role within the organizational development and the progress into the future. All of this helped lay the way for us to begin looking at and establishing a strategic plan, a plan of action for growth and development that will be sustainable in the long term. As I developed that plan for my role in an educational organization, I began to think about the different social systems that there are among the students, among the faculty, and among the administration, and the interactions that take place among those and also the parents and the community. That strategic plan, I first began with an analysis and an understanding of myself and the perspectives that I bring to my classroom each day and to my role as an educator within those systems. And then I use that along with Bowman and Dill's frames of analysis to determine, okay, what is shaping the foundation of this organization and what is my role along with those perceptions that I bring to the table in that total process. And thus was able to help shape and develop a strategic plan for growth and development that will hopefully be sustainable in the long run. And then finally, it's this idea that came forward in Module 4 of developing a learning organization and utilizing complex adaptive leadership styles in order to get everyone invested. And this idea of breaking away from the traditional means of a top-down type leadership and really encouraging a culture that would have the individuals within the organization come forward and take part in the leadership and that allows us to have much more perspective and a greater chance at organizational growth and development that will be sustained. Because what we can accomplish as one person does not come close to the collective efforts of all the individuals within our organization. As they come together, we share perspectives, and together, through adaptive leadership style in a learning organization, we can work together to empower change and grow and develop as an organization. So as I began to think about that, as I was coming through the modules, I was thinking, we really begin with that understanding of self, and then we have an analysis of our organization, which those two together will work for a creation of a strategic plan that we would use to hopefully develop a culture centered around growth and development. And hopefully we can utilize all three of those to develop a learning organization, along with adopting adaptive leadership styles and techniques that would help us with that learning organization, and then in total be able to develop a culture centered around growth and development and positive influence. So this course really provided me with a whole new appreciation and value of human dynamics, and how those social systems within our organization all interact and are interconnected to form the culture which ultimately will determine if our organization will grow and develop or if it will discontinue. As I progress into the future, I'll look back to this course and remember that we have to have this plan and these steps, beginning with an understanding of self, then onto an analysis of our organization, followed by a strategic plan, new leadership styles, and hopefully the transition into a learning organization. As an educator, I know that the learning organization will be very beneficial. This course has broadened my horizons as far as how I will view the interactions that take place within my school system. And I've enjoyed the course, and I've enjoyed working with each of you as we've went on this journey together in understanding human dynamics.